Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode we'll be taking a look at the Buck 721 Slimline, so stay tuned. This is not a knife that you're going to find on the Buck website or on Amazon or for just about anywhere for that matter. It is a Walmart exclusive. Now it does closely resemble the 722 Spitfire. However, the Spitfire looks slightly different. I'll go ahead and put a picture up here right now, and you can see that it has a slightly different rear on the handle here, the butt of the handle, and the blade is slightly different, where on the Spitfire it's straighter as it comes down, where here on the Slimline it's a little more rounded. Also, the Spitfire has a swedge on the top of the blade. Anyway, I have a little history with one of these. I went into Walmart a couple of years ago and had picked one of these up when they first came out. And I opened up the package in the parking lot, and immediately I noticed an enormous amount of blade play. And when I was moving the blade up and down, I could actually see the pivot screws moving. So I went ahead and brought it back. And I have a website that says I think it's something like Buck 721 or Buck Slimline fail. But I went ahead and picked another one up now that it's a year or two later, just to see if they've fixed their problems and you know, if we have a good knife here. So let's take a close look. Here's what I got with my Buck Slimline. It came in this type of packaging. Has a lot of good information here, and there is the forever warranty. One other thing that stands out is this particular knife, this particular Buck knife, is proudly made in the USA. You also get the Buck Forever warranty card right there, and of course you get the knife. Now, if you're interested in buying this knife, you need to go to the Walmart website, and I will provide a link to Walmart, or you can just go into your local Walmart. They might be carrying it. I'm also going to put in a link below to the Amazon link to the Buck 722 Spitfire. Its brother very closely resembles, and pretty much the same knife, just slightly different shape here and there. So what do we have here? We have a blade. I'm going to go ahead and just zoom in a little bit here now so you can get a closer look. Excuse me. So what you get is a 3 1/4 inch drop point made of 428C stainless steel. It is deployed using the deployment hole, sort of like the Spidey hole in the Spyderco's. We could go ahead and try that out. And you can see it's still a little stiff there. If you give it a little bit of wrist action, it'll go ahead and open up. A lot of people complained when these first came out that it was very stiff and gritty. This, however, is pretty smooth for a Lockback out of the box at this price point, which, by the way, is $30. Give or take $1, depending on where you get it. The handle is made, well, the handle is 4 1/2 inches, and it's made of anodized aluminum. Really nice. It comes in a variety of colors, by the way. This particular one, the Slimline, can come in this silver anodized brushed aluminum color, or you could get an orange one, or you could get a green one. So that should cover a lot of people's wants there for colors. It also features a little lanyard hole. It might be a little tricky to get some 550 cord through there. It's kind of small and oddly shaped. Now it also comes with a clip. Now this clip is pretty unique. I carried this for about a week, and one of the things I really liked about it are these bumps right here. It's pretty neat because when you have it down in your pocket, you could use those bumps to help grab the knife out of your pocket. I'm surprised no one else has ever come up with that. I really do like it. Also, what's really nice, it's held on by 3 screws, so that should be pretty secure. And it's 4 positions right there. You have screws here, 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 so that accommodates just about everybody. So this knife is truly ambidextrous. You know, pretty neat. Tip up, tip down, left, right. Let's look. Pivot screw right there. It is adjustable. What else do we have? It is a Lockback, and you also have this really neat, in this case, orange spacer right there. and it locks up. Now, taking one other spec here real quick before we go ahead and start actually testing this knife is that the weight is 2.9 ounces, so it is a relatively light knife. It is very slim, and it makes a awesome everyday carry as far as the dimensions and weight are concerned. Now, you do have some very aggressive jimping here on the handle and up here, and this is good for like short term, everyday kind of quick cutting in it, things like that. But if you start using this for any length of time, this will start digging in your hand. Now, on the other hand, there's some jimping right here on the top of the blade that also doubles as a thumb ramp, and that jimping right there is barely, usable. It's more aesthetic than everything else. It does no good. One other thing here, you can see that there is a slight recurve in this blade, and it is a hollow grind that comes up about 3/5 on the blade. You also do have like a sharpening choil or something like that right there, so makes it easier to sharpen. You got some flat areas up here for your clamp on sharpening devices. Really, really nice. I love the shape. It is very ergonomic. I wish they went a little bit easier on the jimping on the handle, a little bit harder on the jimping on the blade. So let's go ahead and run through some tests real quick. Let's go ahead first and see retention. Retention is so-so. You can see I could sort of flip it out there. So retention is not too strong. I wouldn't call it a fail because I don't think it'll open up in your pocket, but it doesn't, it's not in there pretty good. Blade centering is spot on. No problem there. Let's go ahead and deploy it. Test lockup. Now remember, a year or two ago, a lot of play. This time, just a teeny bit of up and down play, no side to side play. Of course, the side to side play, if you do have some, it can be adjusted using that pivot screw. Now, the up and down play is kind of interesting because if I rest my finger here on the lockback right here, I can feel it going up and down too. And this is something common with a lot of lockbacks, but it's a little more than your normal one, but it's nothing to really be concerned about. You can see right here by the top of the blade that lock really does go down deep into the back of the blade right there, and it is not going to be a problem, but there is that little bit of play. What else do we normally test? We normally will do a little bit of a cut test here. I do have a piece of paper. We'll see how sharp it is out of the box. And we're push cutting there, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and cut in different directions, just in case someone says I'm going with the grain. So, pretty good there. Nice and sharp. What else do we have? Well, we could do the shave test to see if we're shaving with it. Where are you? Sorry. And there we go. We're shaving. Alright, so now I don't have hair on my hand. Now, last thing, I always get criticized for this, but hey, I don't care. My channel, my video. I always do this test, and I know you're not supposed to do this with a knife. This is soft pine. I'm just going to go ahead and stab this and rock it back and forth. Any knife should be able to stand up to just a little bit of abuse like this. And I'm just seeing if there's some fundamental heat treatment problem, because if it busts the tip just doing that, then it's poor. Well, we can see it did perfectly fine. No issues there. Now, ergonomics, I already said, it's really good, but I want to show you what concerns me about this knife is the build quality. I wish it was a little bit better, being that it was made in the USA. I'm not sure why Buck sort of put some sloppiness into this knife, but you could take a look in there, and this is a lockback. There's a lot of gap there. There is a lot of gap. I don't know if I could show you that right there, how much gap is going on in that knife. Now, there's good and bad to it. You know, you have a lot of sloppiness and everything in your AK-47, right? And that gives dirt places to go, and the gun just keeps on running because dirt has places to go while it's operating. You could say the same for the knife, but you know, I wish it was just a little bit tighter, you know, as far as tolerances are concerned, but I realize that they're keeping the costs down, being that this is a buck knife made in the USA. For the $30 price point, I guess they just had to cut corners somewhere. So I think if they made this a little bit tighter, maybe they could have reduced that slight bit of up and down play. But again, it doesn't affect the performance or anything of the knife. It just affects people who collect knives and are sort of anal attentive about how perfect their knives are. So time for some judgment. So the pros is it's very sharp out of the bubble box. It's very good materials for the price, for 20HC steel and the anodized aluminum handle, and it has very good ergonomics, except for that jimping, which the jimping is good for if you're using it for a short period of time, but for a long period of time it might start digging into your hand. For cons, build quality could be better. I would have liked it if just slightly tighter tolerances. And again, cons, I have here a note about the jimping right here. Too rough here, too smooth here. Do I recommend it? I can recommend it now. Before I said it was a fail. Now I say it's good, especially if you can find this for a lower price point. I've seen it on sale for as little as $26. So keep an eye out for it. You know, I mean, visit your Walmart. Go ahead and put it in your hand. See if that little bit of play is something that you could live with. If it is, then this is a very good buy, and I recommend it. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really do appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.